Story inspired by Exodus 23 verse 12. Eli was a kind farmer in the quiet town of Meadowbrook. Every morning before sunrise, he rose from his bed, tied his sandals, and walked to his small field with his 2 sons. His oxen pulled the plow, and his donkey carried heavy baskets of grain. From Monday through Saturday, the sound of work filled the air, metal scraping the earth, footsteps, laughter, and sometimes groans of exhaustion. But though Eli worked hard, he carried a secret weight. His youngest son, Daniel, was growing weaker each day. Daniel's hands shook as he tried to lift even the smallest tools, and his breathing grew heavy after a few minutes in the sun. One Friday evening, as Eli sat by the fire, Daniel whispered, "Father, why do we never stop? The ox looks tired, the donkey stumbles, and my body feels heavy like stone." Eli sighed deeply. He looked at his rough hands and then at his son's pale face. That night, he opened the family's old scroll. His eyes fell on the words, "6 days you shall do your work, but on the 7th day you shall rest, that your ox and your donkey may rest, and the son of your servant woman and the stranger may be refreshed." Eli read it aloud, and the room fell quiet. His wife placed her hand on his, her eyes wet with tears. "Maybe," she said softly, "we have been so busy working for life that we have forgotten to live." The next morning, Eli made a bold choice. While the rest of the town bustled, he closed the gate to his field. His neighbors mocked him. "You will fall behind. Your crops will spoil. You cannot afford to rest." But Eli stayed firm. That 7th day, he let his oxen loose into the pasture. His donkey laid under a tree in peace. Daniel sat under the shade, smiling faintly as he finally felt the breeze without a tool in his hand. Eli's family gathered, not around the field, but around the table. They sang songs. They prayed. They rested. And something changed. It was as if a heavy chain fell off their shoulders. For the first time in many months, Eli saw joy return to his son's eyes. Weeks passed, and Eli's farm did not wither. In fact, his oxen grew stronger, his donkey walked taller, and Daniel's health began to improve. His laughter returned, echoing across the fields. People in the town noticed. One neighbor asked, "Eli, how is it that your land prospers even when you stop working 1 day a week?" Eli smiled and answered, "Because the God who made heaven and earth never asked us to be slaves of work. He asked us to trust him with rest." Soon, more families began closing their gates on the 7th day. The once restless town became quieter, lighter, more joyful. Children played, animals rested, and families prayed together. Beloved, Eli's story is not just his, it is ours. We live in a world that demands we keep going, keep grinding, keep proving ourselves. But Exodus 23 verse 12 reminds us, rest is not optional, it is holy. God's command to rest was not only for men but also for animals, servants, and strangers. Why? Because his rest is for everyone. His rest is mercy. His rest is healing. His rest is freedom. When you honor God by resting, you are declaring, "I am not my work. I am not my schedule. I am a child of God, and He provides for me." Prayer 1. Rest for the body. Lord, forgive me for running without pause. I give you my weary body. Teach me to rest in you. Prayer 2. Rest for the mind. Father, silence the storm of anxiety and worry in my thoughts. Let my mind breathe again. Prayer 3. Rest for the heart. Jesus, heal my heart from striving, from fear of lack. Teach me to trust your provision. Prayer 4. Rest for the community. God, let our homes, our families, our communities learn the beauty of holy rest. May our obedience bring blessing to all around us. My friend, hear this truth. The Sabbath is not weakness, it is worship. It is God's reminder that you are more than what you produce. When you rest, you let your soul, your family, your community, and even creation itself breathe again. So as this weekend closes, step into the new week not empty, not anxious, but refreshed, because the God who commands you to rest is the same God who watches over your fields, your work, and your future. Pushpin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment so you won't miss more devotionals like this. And also comment what verse encourages you today, and share your story below. Which Bible verse helps you in tough times?